Hello and welcome to Code.org Lesson 6 Lists. You should be on page 1 of Lesson 6. This lesson is going to introduce you to ordered and unordered lists, and these are the tags: UL for unordered, OL for ordered lists, and then the LI for the list HTML tags. So we're going to practice these three. These are our new code: the UL, the OL, and the LI tags. So you've got opening and closing. Now remember, you can always click on the tag and click here for additional information. And this gives you how to set this up: an unordered list, and then you got your 3 listed items: coffee, tea, and milk, and then unordered. And then there's some more information here. It gives you a bullet and so on. So I'm going to come back to Code.org, click continue. We're going to work through these lessons. You can use HTML to make different types of lists on your web page. So for this recipe, you've got 2 different types of lists. You've got one ordered, which has numbers, and one unordered, which has bullets. So if we'll look over here on the right hand side, I'm going to scroll down, and you'll see that the first part for ingredients has bulleted items. But we'll see that the bullet here for 1 cup of sugar is missing. So this is going to be an unordered list, and we need to correct this one here for the second one. And under directions, this is a list as well, but we have numbers. This is an ordered list, OL. So the bullets are UL, the numbers are OL. So let's go ahead and make these corrections. So I'm going to turn on my inspector, and when I point to this list here, I'm going to go to 1 cup of sugar, and you will see the code on the left that the 1 cup of sugar is missing the LI tag. So this tells me that this should be a list. So I'm going to click for number 21. Click here in front of the 1 cup. Let's turn the inspector off. Scroll down. So line 21, I'm going to click here. I'm going to do bracket, LI bracket. And then at the end, I'm going to close out the LI tag. So you've got, this is your first item, second item, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. But we know that these are bulleted items because it has the UL. You'll see here. So now let's do directions. For the term directions, this is an H3 heading, and we've got an ordered list, and we've got all of these items here. So let's correct this. The coat 13 by 9 by 2 inch pan, we need to add the LI tag. So click in front of coat, LI, at the end, LI. Place corn syrup and sugar in a 3-quart saucepan, period. And I'm going to click, and I'm going to close out the LI tag. I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to open up an LI tag. I made these 2 separate listed items. So for this one, I've got LI, the place corn syrup, LI. And then for 34, I've got the opening LI tag, cooking over medium heat, stirring frequently until sugar dissolves, mixture begins to boil, closing LI. So if you'll scroll over here on the right, now we've got everything looking really good. Now line number 8 here, you can divide this up as well. Melt chocolate and butterscotch chips together in a bowl in the microwave. And I'm going to close this out. Press the enter key. I'm going to open this one, and then make sure it has a closing. So for these 2, I separated. Got an opening and closing, opening and closing. So that's how yours should look. Pause your video as necessary. Up here at the top right hand corner, if you click on these items, it gives you the information. What are the two types of lists in this ordered and unordered list? And over here on your notebook, you can do the descriptions here and go ahead and answer these questions on number 3. Alright, so let's go ahead and click finish. Let's go to page 3. Now this one should be an unordered list. So we're going to use the UL and the LI tags. So you'll see here that we've just got the text in here. There's nothing added. So we need to add the structure around it. So click on line 7. We're going to do an unordered list. And on line 11, we're going to close out the unordered list. And then for the 3 items, you're going to do the list tag. An easy way to get to the end of a line is if you hit the end END key on your keyboard, it pops it over to the left at the end, or to the right at the end of the line. So I'm going to do bracket, LI bracket, end key, and you'll see my cursor's at the end of pi, and then I'm going to close out my list tag. So this is what yours should look like. Unordered list, closing the unordered list, and then your 3 listed items. And this is what your page should look like on the right. So pause your video and complete this page, and then start it back up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click finish. We're going to do page 4. Now we're going to work with ordered lists. Okay, so we want all these to be numbers. So I'm going to look at this. This is what my page should look like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that tells me I need to use the OL tag. We do not type in the numbers. We're going to let the OL tag handle that for us. Alright, so I'm going to move this up. So line number 7 is a blank line, and that is right above our listed items. So I'm going to click on 7, and I'm going to do bracket, OL bracket. Now it's the O, not the 0, so OL. And then on 13, I'm going to close out my OL tag. And then in the middle, I'm going to do my LIs. Opening and closing. It's important not to have any typographical errors, otherwise it will give you some issues. And you'll see line number 8 that I've got an extra space in here. I'm just going to make it so they all look even. So this is what your code for page 4 should look like. Ordered list, all your listed items, and then closing the ordered list. And you'll see the OL gives us the numbers. We didn't have to type them in. That's what the OL does. So pause your video if necessary to finish this page up, and then continue on. I'm clicking finish to move to page 5. Now this is just a quick check so you can make sure that you understand the concepts of unordered and ordered lists. So apples, bananas, and oranges, this is a bulleted item, so we know it's an unordered list. So UL, so we know it's this one. I've already done this one, so, and then 1, 2, and 3 is an ordered list. This is unordered, but you'll see oranges does not have a listed item around it. So this one, unordered, list, nothing, list, unordered. Same thing here, but this is an ordered list. And then this one here has an ordered and then unordered. We'll submit it. Okay, page number 6. This page should include both an unordered and an ordered list. So use the tags to structure the content. Got some extra information over on the right. Now this is what it's going to look like. How to make noodles, what you will need, and then you've got a bulleted list, and then steps to make it, you got a numbered list. And unordered and ordered. Alright, so for dry noodles, we want that to be unordered. At the end of canned sauce, I'm going to press the enter key and I'm going to close it out. And I'm going to go ahead and indent some space over, because you want your code to look very nice and neat. So just follow along with me and make sure yours looks like mine. So I'm going to separate these so you can see them better. So you've got an H1, how to make noodles, H2, what you will need, and then you've got your unordered list, dried noodles, 2 pots, canned sauce. And then this one here is an H2, steps to make it. Press the enter key, and I'm going to do this in ordered list. And I'm going to close out the ordered list. And I'm going to indent this as well, just so it'll look better. And add the LI tags. Okay, so this is what your code should look like. You've got unordered list, dry noodles, 2 pots, and canned sauce. And then for the steps to make it, you've got your ordered list. Boil noodles in big pot, heat sauce in small pot, drain noodles, put sauce on noodles. Pause the video as necessary. I'm going to go ahead and click finish. And this is a review. Just know the difference between ordered and unordered. Order list gives you the numbers, 1, 2, and 3, and so on. And you need to know that the LI tag identifies each separate line in your list. And then unordered gives you the bullets. Now you're going to expand your website. You're going to add a second page. Okay, so this is what you're going to do to go to the next level. So you're going to create a new page. We're going to name the new page, and then we're going to put content on that new page. And on your new page, you want it to have at least 1 list and 1 heading. So you want to make sure you do have a plan. I'm not going to have you write this out, but I do need for you to make sure that you do come up with something. So this is an example. You can do a recipe. This is a fun fact about top facts about candy. A how-to guide, how to juggle, your favorite places to visit, however you want to do it. But you need a list. You need at least 1 list and 1 heading. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And we're going to complete page 9. So here is our project from before, because we've been working on this. We are going to add another page, and your page can be a top 10 list, a recipe, or anything you like. So to add a new HTML file, we're going to click on this Add HTML button. And you'll see here we only have the index. But I'm going to click Add. and you'll see it gives me a new HTML document, but we need to give it a name. And so what I'm going to do is click on it, right click, and I'm going to rename it. Instead of new-1, I'm going to name it travel. You can name it basketball, hobbies, whatever you need to. So travel.html is what this one's called. I'll press the enter key for it to accept it. And you'll see that it has our structure. We don't have to type any of this in. So what we need is we need a list and a heading. You also need to remember that everything needs to be typed between the opening and the closing body tags. So I'm going to click on line 7, and I'm going to add an H1, and I'm going to type in places to visit, and I'm going to close out my H1. So it needs at least to have one heading and one list. So I've got my one heading, and I will do the list in a minute. I'm going to do the list now. So I'm going to do an unordered list, but you can do an ordered list. I'm going to do unordered. And for my first item, I'm going to do, these are places I've not been before. Brazil. Russia. They have beautiful buildings over there. It may be dangerous. And the Grand Canyon. So I've got my unordered list. I've got my 3 items. Now I want to close it out. Bracket /UL bracket. So when I close it out, you'll see that it pops up Brazil, Russia, Grand Canyon with a bulleted item. Now you do not have to have a bulleted item. You can use a list with ordered list 1, 2, and 3. That's fine too, but you just decide what you want this web page to be. So what we did was we added an HTML page, and then I renamed it travel. And then inside the body tag, I added a heading, and I added a list. So make sure yours is complete. Use different information. Click finish. And then in your notebook, make sure pages 2 and 3 are complete. And that's it. See me if you have any questions.